What's up, guys? This is Heis, and yes, we are as your memes describe. We are back. Good to see everybody today. Apparently, the stream may or may not be struggling. YouTube says it's an excellent connection, and I've got no dropped frames. Shrug. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, why is my mic picante today? It's fine. It's fine. We'll just do a little bit of that, and that should be fine. Anyway, yeah, Mon-Two-Zuma Tuesday. I've been staring at this model for like the past 20 minutes, going, "Oh, that's right. We have to deal with that." Where did we leave off? Oh, with the throttle not done. Right. Anyway. So I guess we'll try and get further on that shenanigan today. So anyway, good to see everyone around here today. Let's take a look at these top chats here. Corey Gibson. Hey, Corey. Stupid work getting in the way of Zoomy stream. I know. Isn't it? Like, what's the point? Just don't go to work, right? Thank you for being a conductor for 21 months. Ben Stein? We've probably been over the pronunciation of that. It's fine. Brakeman, 15 months. His return was foretold in the legends of old. When magic was through the air, right? And Gollum and the evil ones crept away with her. Anyway. Virtual Rail Fan Productions. Insert the meme gif from Sonic Movie 2. He's back. Yes. Thanks for the $2. Cody Finkelstein. Zoomy. P.S. See you in about a week, Mark. Oh. You're coming out this way? Cool. Just in time for me to go to Atlanta? It's fine. Anyway. Thank you for being a brakeman for 16 months. John Doe, for a while he thought he forgot how to live stream. Now he shall go back to doing debt stuff, extremely cursed choo-choo building, and other stuff. Just ignore the sound of the wood chipper. Okay. Will do. Yes, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? It's been busy. So, what are you gonna do? Thank you for being a fireman, 22 months. GP30 Foamer, brakeman for 21 months. Had fun watching you and 20 chase the goose Sunday. I told 20 that the silver box was full of cookies, and if she crushed the silver box, she would get the cookies. And that was way too much fun. Daniel Routh. Whoa, I know it's not FSTL related, but have you heard about the Great Northern H4 Pacific that's under restoration? No, I've not. That's exciting. Thanks for being a fireman for 20 months. Worker Gaming Conductor for 20 months. Time is fake, almost 2 years. Yikes. A couple days from now is going to be the 3-year anniversary of channel members. In just a couple days. Yeah, that time is fake. So we'll have a celebratory stream for that. Don't you worry. Trains and more random stuff. Fireman for 23 months from Jank Insurance Company. The stupid you were part of on the 17th is still in the works. You're already laughing your butt off. I'm glad. Be excited to see it. Bandan. Heis, you gotta go to Denmark sometime. Also, wow, 34 months. Thank you, my friend. Denmark. Denmark's not been on my list, but apparently it can go on a list. So, anyway. And Bernard, see you at the Kentucky Whistleblow. Yeah, it's good to see you there as well. But yes, we're back. We're here, and we're gonna try and figure out the squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I probably just need to delete this guy and start over. That's probably what it actually is. Anyway, Transporter 454. Good to see another Mon-Two-Zuma Monday. Good to see you. Thanks for being a brakeman for 22 months. Yeah, because the way we made the squeeze teeth originally was we just copy pasted the thingy. We drew the teeth on the one thingy and then copy and pasted it to make the second thingy. And yeah, so now I need to do that. So let's see if we can sort that out. So I guess God, I have not solid worked in a hot second. This is bizarre. When was the last stream? It's probably in April. Probably in March, actually. It may not have been in April. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Okay, so we got to get some teeth going here. Huge pointed teeth. Let's see. I want a center line. I don't know what the most intelligent way to make these teeth is. I don't think I did when I made them the first time, and I probably won't yet again. Probably do some sort of linear sketch pattern situation. But we'll go out a quarter. I guess we could make an arc. Forge Gamer, the last Zuma stream was March 18. Yeah. that does explain a thing or two, doesn't it? God, that's funny. All right. Can we just, you know, I don't know, extend straight down the tangent with the line that we just drew, you idiotic program? No. No, we can't. Why would you want to do that? It's a great question, SolidWorks. Why would we want to do that? It's fine. Collinear. Stupid. We'll do an arc with these, and then that might do a thing. Let's see. 0.25. No, not that way. Ding dong. I heard a ding. Oh goodness, I've missed several top chats here. Apologies, guys. Let's see. Pilot Pegasi, engineer for 28 months. Ah, time! Also Zoomy stream. Too bad you've got to get ready for work. Yay, 8 days on the road, 6 days off. Enjoy remembering what you did last. Yeah, pretty much that is going to be the story of this stream. Steam Power, hello Mr. Birdbam. Hope all is well and that a Brutal Legend stream will happen eventually, TM. Eventually TM is the truth. I do need to play that. Thank you for sending that my way. And thank you for being a fireman for 5 months. Drake the Rail Fan, conductor 25 months. Hey, Mark, have you heard about the recent dispute about SP982, the 210-2 in Houston with TRPA and the Gulf Coast chapter of the NRHS? Not fun stuffs. I did hear about that. And indeed, that is not fun stuffs. That doesn't spark joy. Panman 491, what is the weirdest place you found a used item? You found a used item that you were looking for, like a rare model or something. The weirdest place that I've found something like that? I don't know. It's an interesting question. I'm not sure. It took me, for the thumbnail for today's video, it took me like 30 minutes to find my goddamn top hat last night. It was under the stairs with a pair of calipers in it. Because reasons. That's the strangest find that I've had recently. Thanks for being a conductor for 6 months. 94 Chevy, damn it, YouTube. 10 fucking minutes late because no notification. That sounds like YouTube. Left a Greg Biffle video for this. Yes, a NASCAR driver with a YouTube channel. Oh, that's fun. I didn't know there was anyone that did that. Roman 1225. Hey, guys, glad to see Mon-Two-Zuma Mon-Two's Weds Whenever Day back. Yes, correct. Let's just hope that these works say solid, as if that'll happen. Yeah, pretty much. Trainspotter 454, can't stick around. You have a board meeting to get to. Hopefully Solid stays working. Agreed. And then Darknut 96, SolidWorks. It's been 84 years, crashes. It's been 84 years and I can still smell the fresh paint. I mean, crashed program. Oh, God. Anyway. Doot. Oh, no, that's okay. The third point's in the middle. Got it. It's fine. You know, you think that it would let me just do this. But that's alright. Panman491, use a circular pattern, reference your curved line, and select how many teeth you want. Yeah, pretty much. We'll get there. Thank you. Jordan Freeman, you have a date to pay, Heiss. It's true. I saw this comment, and you expect Freebird be laid by the end of stream. Can I kick the can down the road one more stream, and can we start the members celebration stream this weekend with that? We'll see. I'm apologies on being low energy. I was sick basically all last week, and then I had a weekend of Steam Engine, and that took all of the energy out of me, and my all of this, the face has not recovered. It's fine. Anyway, but there's less mucus at least, so that's nice. But anyway, yeah, Steam Power gear is hard. Correct. Why did it have to be gear? Yeah, how do we... Whatever. We're gonna draw some stuff, and it's gonna be a problem, and then we'll figure it out. It's fine. 94 Chevy, speaking of our Zuma, what are we making? We're trying to remake the throttle throttle quadrant clevis thingy. Throttle quadrant? How big are these teeth? It's probably an 1/8/2, whatever 16th is. Jordan Freeman, sure, don't forget though. Thank you. I'm sure you won't let me. It's fine. This is probably not a smart way to do this, but that's fine. It'll be fine. Use project geometry to grab that curved line. I've got my SolidWorks consultant in Panman491 today. Project geometry. Or project geometry. Why are words multiple pronounceable? It's fine. If we just mirror these dudes now around this guy, are these just going to be objectively, stupidly thick boy teeth? Probably. Circular sketch pattern. Pew. Entities to no. It's fine. Convert to entities, my bad. Thank you, my friend. We don't want to pattern arc 2. We want to pattern around, I guess we click that. And we want to pattern these guys. And we'll see what happens here. Oh boy. Is it a 45 degree? Is it 30 degrees, two directions? What if we don't want to do that? What if we do... No, we want that to be that. Oh, it looks like that because we forgot one of the lines. That's why. Well, it'll be vaguely correct. Is the SolidWorks solid working? Browse Balloon, yes it is. My brain is not today, but that's all right. Alanite Engineer, 32 months.
You
hey, boss.
have a defect.
I could have told you that. Hey boss, I know you asked in Discord, but I was wondering if I could be premised to add the Alco 3-cylinder mic in the New Jersey G1 to the Railroad mod pack. Just don't want to trample on your toes since it's your save. I don't really need more engines, although the G1's very cool. I haven't taken a look at that 3-cylinder mic, but I mean, it's neat. So, I mean, sure, toss them in and we can see if we add them.
Jersey would kill you if you had the G1.
Yeah, probably true. So, feel free. Virtual Riffin, you're watching the latest Railroad Tycoon 3 video. Confirm that Bitterroot Mine and Split Rail have the same melody. Very similar, not the same. As if I could have timed that better. Thanks for the shuffle there, Spotify. That's fine. Anyway.
What are we working on at the moment? Huge pointy teeth or something, is it?
Pretty much. Throttle quadrant. You know, which we did previously, and then it didn't work, and then I had to redo it and said I would do it off stream, and then it's been 2 months, so I forgot that I said I'd do it. So now we're doing it on stream.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway. Huge pointed teeth.
Huge pointed teeth.
It was great to see that in theaters again. 0.1. Let's see, and we want to pattern that line, that line, that line, that line, that line, and that line. I don't know what dimension that is. It's fine.
I'm going to assume something between 0 and 1 inches.
Yeah, correct. So we can assume.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I was looking for an answer in degrees. Anyway.
Ah. Well, then it's something between 0 and 360 degrees.
Correct.
If you have more than 360 degrees, you end up just having one again.
Oh, and I shouldn't be building the teeth out. I should be building the teeth in. Right. It's fine. It's
yes, because you had teeth out on the other one.
Well, the other one's gonna get deleted and redone anyway. So, because in order to make the teeth match, but that's what we do. Okay. Anyway.
94 Chevy 271. This rendering could double as an axe.
Pretty much.
I did have that thought.
That is pretty much what they look like.
Then use with why do some of the K36/7 air bells ring in double time? 86 as an example compared to 91.
Because there is a little adjustment screw for the pressure in the top of the ding-ding, and they change over time.
They clearly let more in, and you decided it down further.
Yeah, we don't like the crazy fast ding-ding, so we have hers tamed back pretty far.
Well,
I'd
assume you'd have it sort of where you would have it if the fireman was manually ringing the bell, like on 20 or 346.
More or less, yeah.
That'd be my assumption.
It's a little goofy because of the way that it is. I'm trying to find a picture. Actually, I wonder if I search bell. Will the museum help me out? Let's see. Or not the museum. The Google thing. Hey, look at that! Look at how shitty dirty her bell is.
Dr. Google, per se.
By the way, locomotives poop over themselves, in case anyone was wondering.
Oh, I can confirm.
Yeah. So
I'm just glad I don't have to wash some brassing mounted directly behind the fucking smokestack.
somebody ping Rex Anger right now. we're
sad Rex noises here.
This is big sad Rex noises.
That still has Denver and Rio Grande on it, doesn't it?
It does. It's an old casting.
Yeah, it's not like they
And
changed
I'm
the
just
bell
gonna
now,
post
but-
it in announcements and just tag him. Watch the knife switch fall out from across the globe. Anyway, Rex
I can hear the contactors disconnecting from here.
Rex like shiny, and this is Peaches for you. Anyway, anyways, the air comes in through a line under the jacket and it comes up into this this little manifold here, where it allows the bell to swing and pivot. It's like a sanitary rotatey coupling. There's a word for that. The name is escaping me, but anyway. This screw right here, if you tighten that down, it will limit the air pressure running in. And the most of the K's got the more modern diesel style air ringer, where there's just a big piston cylinder arrangement in there that has a bunch of holes drilled in the end of the cylinder. So air pressure comes in, it goes wa-ding, and then the air bleeds off very quickly because holes, and then it rolls back, and then it just continues. So the bell doesn't actually swing. And the swinging air ringers are generally just a colossal pain in the ass. But so that's why the Grand basically went to these. But yeah, they just have theirs with more pressure for whatever reason. So anyway.
So, silly question. What are the two wings between
Those are
the bell bracket
those are the anti-rollover bars, so that you don't make the bell do the spin and then unseat it from the taper and throw it off the top of High Fill Curve at the Georgetown Loop. You know who you are. Anyway.
Simply try harder and just knock the anti-roll bars with it.
That seems specifically
that would be
suspiciously specific.
That would be quite impressive. Yeah. Convert entities. I don't know how to. I don't know how one does this.
Okay, so I'm looking at the YouTube right now because you're not streaming. What is this thing?
Ding ding.
Oh, the bell itself. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So the bit he's doing on stream is the throttle quadrant.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the throttle quadrant. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. The Schnebs. Like, that sounds like an almost vaguely not too incorrect way of saying that. I believe it's been said that the Huber 6 chime would be a bit big for Mon-Two-Zuma. What about a Huber 3 chime?
That'd be fun. But you know, she's probably
Hub 3 chime.
annoyingly going to have God's smallest
whistles.
single note whistle.
Peanut whistles. Peanut whistles.
Because that's what she would have had. We will make her run with the
You
Huber
can
6
get
at one
nice
point.
sounding
But
peanut whistles, but you have to go really searching for them.
You gotta go borrow the whistle off of 4014. Just have a little tiny thing with a big ol' honkin' long bell 3 on it.
that would be
I was about to say we have choo choo whistle. Choo-choo,
Yes.
whistle.
pretty much, yeah.
Alternatively, I could learn how to make whistles and make an 18-inch hooter that was actually in service on a railroad here in Arizona.
It's fine. Is it 5.5
God's
inch?
longest whistles.
What? Why is that 5 and? Why is that dimension like 5 and a?
Over, like, not a third.
Yeah, it's 5/16.
Oh.
I don't know why. Whatever. We'll just make this 5 inch and call it a day.
That's say it's not critical to be exactly the right length, so make
Yeah,
it a
it's-
convenient one.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal. So anyway,
If it works, it works.
Got Bro the Boomer with conductor for 14 months, over a year. Time is fake.
time is fake. Good to see you, Brew.
Cassidy HGR, member for 20 months. I'm in your walls, Mark.
Hi, AC9. I did have a chuckle when you popped in and just went, think fast, chuckle nuts. It's fine. It's fine.
Panman 491, number of teeth divided by degrees equals degree per tooth. Also, convert entities will save you much frustration.
But we live for the frustration, Panman. You see how this works.
Jordan Freeman, I wonder what a heist-built BattleBot would look like.
Oh, that's right. BattleBots is too much fun. My sister keeps telling me that I need to make a BattleBot, and we've schemed many a stupid thing. I don't know what a BattleBot designed by me would look like, but it would assuredly be stupid.
It's just a Roomba with a Glock taped onto the front.
That's a Battle Glock, not a BattleBot.
It works though.
It's fine. It's fine.
The problem with taping it is you need then some way to actuate the trigger.
I volunteer.
You just put a drill with a little thing.
Tape four Roombas together and just have someone laying on it.
Thomas with a flamethrower. That would be a mood. I don't know what mood, but a mood.
My mind heard flamethrower, and that's what we call the R class. So my mind immediately went to a
BattleBot with elephant ears.
BattleBot with elephant ears that's oil fired. Yeah,
that would be quite delightful.
Wonder how those ears held up last weekend, given we didn't go through any tunnels.
Yeah, I heard you guys were... Rex was talking about you guys running, and then him being sad that he had to do, like, his job trains instead of fun trains. So
Yeah, we took the R-Class to Thelmere for their Festival of Steam.
Oh, nice. That must have been fun.
So, yeah, it was good fun. It was a nice, easy day for me. I just sat back and I was a carriage attendant, so I just went, ooh, look. Scenery.
Yes. We enjoy this.
Second car behind the engine going up a 1 in 40. That sounded nice.
I bet. Yeah, that railroad at Thelmere is surprisingly hilly.
Well, yes. So we actually went up the bit that you didn't from Picton up to Thelmere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were telling me on the footplate that's where they trial their firemen out. So.
Yeah. So it's pretty well. You've got a little flat spot coming out of Picton, and then it's all just 1 in 40, all the way up to Thelmere until you level out into the station. I'm pretty sure.
That's where they train their firemen? I think you mean that's where their firemen go to suffer.
Pretty much.
Well, the alternative is do it on the main line where you're trying to do 80 k's an hour and go up a 1 in 40.
Yeah, that'd be a time.
Yeah, even when you're only aiming for 60 climbing up out of Wollongong, you notice the hill, and it's only a 1 in 60.
What engine is this? I'm not familiar with Aussie stuff.
So all the stuff on the main line I've done, well, most of the stuff I've done on the main line has been with the 59 class, a US ATC S200.
Oh, so they're hand bombed.
Yeah, they're hand fired. There were only 3 classes of engine in New South Wales to get Stokers. The 57s and 58s, which are 2 basically identical engines. The biggest thing is what valve gear they had for the actuating the third cylinder. Yeah. So that they
cylinder mountain. This is awesome.
3-cylinder mountain. They go hard. And then the 60 class Garretts were Stoker as well, but that's because you're feeding 2 484s.
And that's because it is.
That is true.
So big.
And then the R class is an oil burner, so it's a Victorian Railways R class built about the same time as the 59, and is older than some diesels that I work on. So
Yeah, no. Oil burning is a whole nother thing.
yeah.
It's
It
not
was
exactly
interesting.
set it and forget it, but it's
No, it is anything but set it and forget it. Driver makes an adjustment, you have to make an adjustment as well.
And that is the
it's
joy
more
of
about
oil.
the mental side of it and not the physical double.
Oh, it is far more mentally demanding than a coal burner. Yeah. I'll get a couple of these top chats because they seem to have piled up.
They do that. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Cora Van Lincolnless, member for Brackman for 3 months. Take my money for the 3 months, Birdman.
Why, thank you. Very much appreciate you.
John Kissinger for Brackman for 21 months. Holy crap, time is fake. Yes.
God damn it. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah,
time is fake.
My 17th birthday.
Yeah, oh, yes, I've just caught up with the stream and realised, hang on. That doesn't do you much good for making the teeth work.
No. Fucking SolidWorks. It's because I drew it like a lazy asshole, but you know.
Virtual Airfan Productions with $5. Decided to look up a video of the DNS bells, and yeah, those bells are crazy fast.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah, very much.
Yeah, you want the locomotive bell to be a different noise to the crossing bell usually.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, we're just gonna
Ben Rogers, fireman for 13 months. Many months, Mr. Birdman. Cheers.
It has been many months. Thank you, my friend.
I think it's the Grand Canyon Alcos or something that have a real fast air ringer that you just like. It kind of blends into one.
Yeah, that doesn't do you much good. 94 Chevy Z91, Z71. If I can read. British whistle go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Proper whistle go. Woo.
Woo. Yes.
Woo.
We like big whistle.
Penman 491, literally trial by fire.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, that's how you have to do the trial, is under the harshest conditions, so...
Yep, figure it out.
If you can do this, you can do anything. Have fun.
Yeah, I need to come back and get Death by 59 class. That sounds quite enjoyable. I need to
with
get
a proper
to my
size, with a proper size shovel.
Is it proper sized?
It's the correct size.
It's very very wee. I was watching a video of Casey posted a great video in the Discord and in the comments of the Thurlmere video, which is out for members right now. It'll be out Thursday for everyone else. And seeing the 38 getting fired with just like, it's like, use a bigger shovel, guys. You can have a bigger shovel than that. Using a lawn trowel to fire a locomotive with a firebox almost as big as 491s.
Yeah, well,
That's for the weak.
it gives you the more control of the fire that you need on the littler engines when you're working it. I say littler, but because it is then a standard, you then have one standard shovel, and you get that across the entire fleet.
That's kind of wild.
That would have been made the standard. Probably in about the 19. Well, I don't know when it would have been made standard, but anywhere from 1870 to. Actually, I know when it would have been made standard. 1977, when the A and C classes both came out, which then later became 19s and 12 classes. Because that was really the standardization of it is no longer a driver's engine. It is a fleet engine that you just drive.
Gotcha.
So the through running of engines through depots became common in 1870. Started in 1877 and then became more common through the 80s and 90s. So
I thought you said 1977 for a moment and got real confused.
No, 1877.
Wrong century.
Yes, other century.
What are you pissed off about? Some thousandths of an inch of sketch not working properly. Again, SolidWorks. Is that gonna make you shut up? Yes, it's gonna make it mad.
I would like to propose a solution.
Burn
Find
it
whoever
down.
designed this program and beat them with a shovel.
Pretty much. That would be the French.
Hey, they deserve it anyway. Got it.
Molden House, Misumi's back. Sadly, you never got the chance to meet up when you stopped there. You were just preparing to go upside down. Just an excuse to come back, I guess. Thanks to Dusty for the Atomic Burger recommendation, though. Oh yeah, Bob's is great. Glad you're able to stop in, and sorry I couldn't meet you. That was busy right before the upside down was extremely busy, and since I've been back, it's been quite busy as well. That's my secret, Cap. Always busy.
Always busy.
Is that select all the stuff? Unable to create this. Mike Squires, you'll take oil over coal anyway. Hashtag oil master race. Ooh. Jordan Freeman, you'll take coal over oil any day. Coal master race. We've started a fight.
Say that again when you go up to the Grand Canyon and smell French fries.
And then 94 Chevy C71 size shovel for the beating. A big one.
XXXXL.
A snow shovel that someone put on an engine for some reason.
Do you guys even know what snow shovels are down there?
Yeah, there are places that get snow. Not generally not thick enough where I live to have to worry about it. You go, oh look, there's snow outside.
Yeah.
Quick, put on a pair of boots. But no, up in the snowy mountains they get snow. Funnily enough,
that was
there's mountains.
I guess that
there's
would
mountains where there's snow. It's the snowy mountains.
I have not held a snow shovel in my life.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what that is.
I've used something about the same size and shape as a snow shovel for cleaning up grain shovels, but fortunately I've only had to do that once.
I've had experience with snow, I've lived in it once in my life for one season, and it was fun because I got my big ol' pit bull to pull me around on a sled.
I am really not enjoying this situation. What do you want from me, SolidWorks?
Your soul.
Pretty much. Panman491, do you want me to jump in Discord and help you with SolidWorks? I accept packing peanuts as a payment. Why not? Jump in a VC and we can drag you up. Because yeah, my brain is not handling SolidWorks today. God damn it, Yearly.
Oh, what
Yearly
now?
Gymnast 98, engineer for 29 months. Hey, I'm Mark back in Omaha and here to ask, did you stop for water? I hope Dusty did. Yeah.
What am I? Can you hear me?
Yeah, look, Dusty's here. Speak of the devil. Did you stop for water?
I forgot.
Oh, darn.
Are you still trying to draw the
throttle quadrant? Yes.
Yeah. Jimmy's probably got that already, I'm guessing, in SolidWorks or CAD.
But it's different. I'm sure he has it.
Is
yes. It is different. It's an older design.
Okay.
Similar, yet different, because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah.
Ugh. Dave's fine scale, nearly a year at times fake. Haven't heard it brought up in a while. How goes the house hunting? Need to have a backyard reminiscent toward Kimball's Grizzly Flats for the Zoom Zoom. We're gonna the hunt will begin hopefully next month. depending on how the YouTube does this month, which so far is okay-ish. Still trying to recover after a shocker, being gone and not making videos immediately for 3 weeks is a really good way to put a bullet in the algorithm. So it's been a bit of a time.
Yeah, the YouTube gods don't seem to like it when you do that.
Yeah. What do you mean you stopped posting incessantly? Stupid.
Hey, why do you think the most popular channels are ones that post like every day?
Pretty much.
Makes them money.
Or do videos about really old food, like that guy up in wherever he is.
There you go, Mark. Penman's in trunk room.
There he is. Save me from the SolidWorks. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. Just give me 1 second here.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't want to extrude. I probably just need to draw it differently, but...
Okay. Can you share your screen real quick?
I am, yes.
You are.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yep. Oh, maybe that's... That one little
there you are.
guy, maybe that was the
Okay.
problem.
So,
Box.
humor me for a sec here.
Sure.
Go up to Convert Entities.
Okay. Yeah, how does this tool work?
So, click on your line there,
Mhm.
and then just click OK, the green check mark. And now you have that line there.
Oh, it just works like that. It's just very easy. Yeah. Unfortunately,
So-
it did extrude cut when I had that line. The challenge was that it left.
It didn't go all the way.
Yeah, it didn't go all the way. Yeah.
Did you notice that Ashley Taylor was in chat? Like
Is she?
actually Ashley Taylor?
The actual Ashley Taylor. You can tell that by her picture. Hi, Ashley. Good to see you. Say hi to Teddy. Hi, Teddy. Can only
Hi,
assume
Teddy.
Teddy's here.
He might. No. Yeah, he's probably home now, I guess.
So, your sketch is... It doesn't have the shaded in bits, right? So you're probably going to want to remove the straight sections you have on your teeth towards the bottom there.
Okay.
And then that should help, because right now... no, the other section, sorry.
The other side.
Yeah, down on the bottom, because when you made that converted line, you still had the straight sections of the teeth.
Oh yeah.
SolidWorks is getting confused, and it's like, hey, dude, you have multiple like different shapes you want me to extrude all at once.
Yeah. I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start over, I think, with a fresh sketch, because this sketch is hurting my brain. Throw it out.
Still-
Try again.
Still feel like teaching me SolidWorks, Mark?
Yeah. Do you want this pain, Dusty?
Probably.
We could do it. It will be the blind leading the blind.
That's fine. Maybe, do half, quarter idiots can figure it out.
It's fine. Half of an idiot, something like that. Teddy is home. He's playing trains in the backyard with Dad, and you're still working. Look at you, naughty. Watching live streams on the clock. Come on. Aaron, welcome
Here we
to the
go.
Brakeman. Mega Mikey 75, 16 months of conductorisms. Time is fake, but I absolutely love your playing Road Taking 3's campaign. Yes, that's been fun. Tom has been trying to get me to do that for months, and here we are. And Dave's Fine Skull, well, welcome back. Hopefully this helps with the algorithm gods and also the beer fund. Much appreciated. We do need to replenish the museum beer fund coffer, I think.
Yes.
So we can make that happen.
We only went through a little more than a case this weekend.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
Right. You probably want to start with convert entities first.
Okay.
So yeah, convert that guy, and then
We could probably just do
you
an
can set your
offset.
tooth height by offset. Yeah.
Right, yeah, that would make way more sense, wouldn't it? But we want to go the other way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the smart way to do it. And then we simply draw a line. No, we can't. Speaking of lines, we can't have end of the line yet. And yes, go away. I love that my keyboard has buttons to do this, but the fact that that pops up every time, very annoying. Let's see, how do we...
It's good for the folks in chat who always ask what this song is.
It's true.
There's an Aussie here.
There
I would
is.
use parallel for that, but I don't know.
I wouldn't...
There
yeah.
is Be Afraid.
Yeah, because they're not going to be parallel. That's the fun. Maybe I just won't mirror it around. Yeah, this is the part that it's like, well, how do we want to do this?
So just draw your shape, and then tell those two lines to be equal.
Oh, then they'd become the same length, wouldn't they?
Yep.
Okay, look at
They're
that.
not necessarily the same angle, though, is the problem.
Right. Yeah. And then that's gonna force it, basically. Just do that.
Yep.
And now
So now
simply do many of those.
Well, hold on a second. Before you get ahead of yourself,
I'm good at
you
doing
could
that.
trim out excess lines, because when you mirror that, or not mirror it, when you pattern it, it's going to try and make a duplicate of all those lines.
Okay.
So you could just save yourself some time by trimming out the lines you don't need right now. Which would be like the rest of that arc,
Oh yeah.
possibly.
All those guys. Because that's the shape that I want to cut. Okay, we'll see how this works. We'll give this a go, and then I'll read Yearly's top chat after that. It was a very fun weekend. I'm still dead, but that's fine. Yeah, see, now they're actual arc sections. How about that? And it was 54.5 degrees for whatever goddamn reason. Or maybe just 54, now that we're doing this. And then, like 30-ish teeth? Maybe not 30. Maybe...
That looks like an overlap. Looks like it's going to be like 29.
20, 25, but then that makes a real sharp point, so maybe we'll just do 20. That looks nice. Let's do that. Extrude
Look
the
how pretty that
count.
looks.
Wow.
Through all. Both. Bam. Oh. So close, SolidWorks.
Yep, so close and yet so far.
Well, if that's highlighting as its own bit, can you just delete that bit?
So
Yeah.
what we'll do...
Jeff's like, what makes you think I'm playing with trains? Asking him what he's playing with. Your wife ratted you out, dude.
You've been ratted out by your wife on a heist live stream.
It's on the internet, so it must be true.
Yeah.
You could control Z a bunch and get that main
Yeah, just
arc back.
we'll just make
and
it.
then just like offset it by 20 thou or something.
Yeah, just make longer or do an offset instead of some bullshit.
I would unselect chain.
Yeah, just that guy, just that one, and then we'll just do a little box, and then we'll just go away, or I shall taunt you a second time. Okay. Circular sketch pattern.
You can just click in the shaded area, and it'll select all the lines for you.
Well, sometimes it does that, and sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know
it
why.
gets moody.
It gets moody. SolidWorks, yes, correct.
Hey, I'm coming from, I just came off a Creo parametric semester, so...
Lord. God
Yeah.
help you. I've heard Creo's awful. never had to use it. But
Well, it's
Hey.
oh my god,
Look at
We
that.
have huge pointed teeth.
huge pointed teeth.
Now Ashley's texting me.
Yeah, she's like, Dusty, don't throw me under the
With
bus.
pictures. Yeah, with pictures of Jeff standing in the backyard with trains.
We've got evidence of
No, no,
Jeff
no,
playing
no,
with
she-
trains.
She has found another bus to throw Jeff under, by the sound of it.
Portage,
Oh,
Jeff.
good. Yearly gymnast. All jokes aside, love my time over at CRM this weekend. Will 100% be back for more Chooch, and of course, thanks for putting up with my BS. It was great to be limed in person.
Which one was that?
Yearly was wearing the ES&D engineer hat the whole time, FlexFit hat. The one that he showed up with the lime and threw it at me and Leighton and
Was he
everyone.
the one on the goose at the end of the day, Sunday,
Yes.
with glasses?
Yes, he had sunglasses on with
I'm
some
horrible with names and tags.
Yes. Yeah, me too. God.
God,
Yeah.
I need to get out to Colorado Crossing.
It was too much fun. Chasing
wait
the
till we
goose of
get-
20 was great.
491 up again, and or grandma both.
I want peaches.
Well, yeah,
Peaches.
but here in the next year, well, not next year, but the following year, we might have all three up again, briefly.
Does
gonna-
Bonnie have a
It's gonna be
nickname?
fun. Angry Elf.
No.
No,
Well,
that's
yeah.
actually Elf. Angry one.
Give me about 2 years, because Colorado Crossings just so happens to fall on the weekend before finals.
Love that.
Well, yeah, like I said, 2 years from now, we'll probably have grandma back and running, and
Yeah,
Peaches may still be up.
probably.
May still be up too.
Well, we gotta do another triple steam up when we have all
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
For us
I'd
to
say
then
you could drag out Peaches until you have a third engine back.
yeah,
but-
and then immediately start cutting tubes out of it. But
Yep.
God, so I
Yeah.
have.
yeah. One big steam up as a last hurrah, and then oh look, it's time to have everything ripped out.
pretty much.
That's basically what we did with grandma.
Yeah, literally.
So
Yeah.
that gives me 2 years to finish the Detroit 453 project.
So, Molten House, not sure if I've heard, but the National Railroad Museum in Green Bay is finishing a $17 million expansion, hopefully opening this July. I have not heard that.
Can we get $17 million?
I would love
please,
a $17
anybody?
million expansion for our museum. That'd be great.
And I get $17?
Yeah,
That'll work.
I would take $17. More at Shores or define your sketches. Ice, no blue lines allowed. It's
I
fine.
wasn't gonna say anything.
It's fine.
because it just has to work.
It's fine. You should see all of the sketches in this thing. Mr. Railyard, welcome to Brakeman and Railhog Productions. Hey, Ice, you saw the Down the Mine and AI. You get you, dude, about what you went through. Yeah, that was why I wanted to make that video. Like, everyone was talking about the premiere, and it's like, it feels like a lived experience that a lot of us who like trains have, is that, grade school kids are shitty about it. So,
Huh, only that.
hey, look, we made the teeth a lot bigger.
Hey.
And now the other ones don't match. Ugh.
Yeah, I know we're gonna have to do that again. Maybe we don't want that to be a 1/4 inch deep. A 1/4 inch deep? Everything on this engine's so freaking small. Does that feel right for throttle teeth? Probably more like 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah,
it gives you a lot of wriggle room with it. Like
they're probably 1/8 to 3/16 or so.
Probably.
It looks
Yeah,
like an
it's-
axe right now.
It does. That is basically what it looks like. Oh, which guess what means that we get to control Z
you
a
have
lot
to
again.
redraw the entire thing. Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, not necessarily. You just have to adjust.
We'll just do another
beta
offset.
portion.
I've got a serrated axe. That would be terrible.
Ice, you
Yeah,
could just
wouldn't
use a dimension there instead of offsetting it.
Yeah, that would actually probably work better, wouldn't it?
Well, look, we have someone who knows the program now.
Yeah, look at that.
Colorado
Yeah,
Railroad
so
Museum has
parallel
entered
curves.
chat.
Oh God, hi Matt.
Ice, just tell those lines to be parallel.
But this one's not. This one's an arc. That's the problem.
Oh, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
then tell it to be parallel with the bottom.
Yeah, I guess we could just do that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that.
I already told Mark that if he wanted to get vinyl, he could letter 318 like that on one side. Till the kids get off their butts and paint it.
Or not, apparently.
It's fine. It's fine. We're just gonna offset it. Fine.
Do it the easy way.
You know
Hey, at
what?
least somebody's doing
What-
my job while I'm not at work. Somebody locked the roundhouse. Cool.
Well, that's good. We're just gonna draw this again.
Why don't you use the mating part as a reference?
Because the teeth on that are stupid, and we're gonna throw them away.
Ah, okay, I got you.
because that'll be the next step of this, is doing this again.
Third time's the
You
charm.
just redraw that bit as well.
It's fine. Yeah. Okay.
In the words
We're,
of Todd
we're getting
Howard,
we're
it
getting
just
better at doing things the proper way, slowly, allegedly. Anyway, Jordan Friedman petitioned to repaint the CRM, or CRM to repaint a car in ES&D. That was what Dusty was alleging too, about doing some vinyl lettering on 318. That'd be fun.
Well, that's what Matt was saying. He said maybe we could paint an old mine car in ES&D. He said, "Tell you what, guys, raise like 50K and we'll think about it."
Is that a challenge?
You heard the man go.
Captain S AC9, do you also have fake dead week?
What?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Is that college dead week? Is that a
I
reference
assume that's something to do with school, but
from many moons ago? It's fine.
Hey, you forgot something real quick.
What did I forget?
You gotta offset that bottom arc. Because otherwise it does the weird not cut through all the way thing.
Oh, that's totally right. Yeah. You're right. We learned that and then instantaneously unlearned that.
well, we learned that,
20,000.
got excited that we
Fine.
completed it, and then changed our mind again. So
Okay, you don't have to delete the other one. You can just set it to be construction geometry.
We could, in fact,
That way it doesn't
do
break
that.
everything.
Kapow. All right. We'll make these guys equal, and then this guy just, how do you, for construction? Hey, look, that's how you do that. How fun. Anyway,
Yeah, I think if you like right click on it too, you can do that as well. It's a really weird symbol though.
that would, yeah, I'm sure that they've got an intelligent way to do that.
yeah, that
No,
doesn't
not
appear to
supposed to
work
do
there,
that.
Mark.
It's fine. We're making TP teeth. Yeah. See, but do that,
Want
but
the
the
other
other
way.
way. Yes. Those are weird and wide, so we'll do a 30-second right there.
Yeah, but you're also looking at it the size of your hand. Not
That is
the
true.
quarter-inch
We are
sheet that you're thinking
zoomed
about.
in, stupid tight.
Which is one
Do
of
we
the
not do a
biggest.
30-second? Or there we go. Okay.
0.03125.
Yes. Do the math. It's fine.
Is it
Okay.
bad that I just know that off the top of my head?
You stare at the numbers and then you learn what they mean afterwards, I think.
Yeah. That's
So-
Well,
pretty true.
that's the problem with working with the inferior measurement system.
All right, Mr. Metric, how's it going?
Don't
It's all right,
lecture me
I'm
on
absolutely-
metric.
I'm absolutely horrid for using the metric system. Actually,
It's fine. Yeah.
because you'd have heard me while I was shunting 20 feet, 15, 10, 5, red light.
Red light. It was really funny to
Red
hear
light.
you over the radio, just like we're playing Railroader, but it was with a real train. It was like, oh,
and
this
and,
is funny.
and that is why we use those terms. That's because what everyone knows them.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
I'm not sure where red light came from over stop or that'll do, but it's helpful to have something that means stop, but you don't have to stop imminently.
Yes, absolutely, because, yeah, we know that. You want to watch Brett jump about 15 feet into the air, say stop when he's in the cab. Ah!
so the problem is jumping in the air doesn't help. You generally have to put the brakes on first.
That is true, yes. Yeah,
Results may vary.
that's always entertaining, so. Oh, hey, look, now
So
we need a lot
I'm
more
sure,
teeth.
I'm sure. Yeah, Yeah, now that we've made the teeth smaller, no, somewhere between those two.
Yeah, we'll just do
No.
30. Why
What
not?
sort of? I was about to say, what sort of gap is there between the teeth at the top
I
end?
don't know if that line on the left is going to be a problem. But hey, we'll find out.
I guess we'll find
it
out.
seems to have made a shape.
$50 on definitely a problem.
If you expand your model tree, yeah, I was going to say, if you expand your model tree, you can just select the whole sketch.
Yeah, eat shit and die, SolidWorks. I thought I trimmed that line. But I trimmed that half of that line.
Yeah, it uses the center line as a cut reference.
I see. Yeah. It's fine. Let's see. Circular sketch pattern. Right there. Entities to pattern. Those guys. How many times would you like to see the circular pattern window, viewers? At least once more,
I
Miss
think-
Swan.
My record was like 25 times.
I believe it. 18 fucking times! There we go. Okay. This might actually be... We might be there. Alright,
Hey.
that looks like a throttle quadrant. Christ.
Yay!
Alright, let's catch up on these top chats here.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I forgot I was meant to be helping you with that.
Oh, it's alright. No, I appreciate you. Jackson Wages, you finally made it. I knew you were waiting. Yeah, we were waiting for you. Hello, friend. Good to see you, and thanks for being a break-in for 18 months. Steam Power YouTube video on the Dynamite box cart at the Museum 1. We are doing some work to it, so it'd be fun to talk about once it's a little bit prettier. More at Schwarzer, you've seen all my crimes, yeah, but you haven't seen Brett's crimes. Brett has crimes, too. 9 out of 10 times you complain about SolidWorks not doing what you want when you adjust something, it's because you haven't defined anything. You don't have to call me out that hard, dude.
But it's funnier if he does.
It is funnier if he does. Jackson Wages only 50k. I bet you could raise that in a week. I wish. That'd be helpful. That would help me. That would guarantee my house hunting would actually be a thing. But we'll see. Bernard Early, blame the pirates. They stole the U.S.'s metric system en route from France. Yar. We do a bit of pirating. All right, I need to do some stuff in outside of SolidWorks to make a copy
Also
of the
a
thing.
Also a reminder that the Brits were the ones that invented the imperial system.
It is true.
So
Yeah.
you have nothing to speak on, buddy.
It's fine.
I'm not the one to blame them for it, because I was we metricized the same time as decimalization, 84, I think.
I'm still gonna blame them.
So
Throttle
Skill issue.
mode. We're going
but
to.
like I said, I'm the worst example for the metric system in Australia, because I measure in millimeters, inches, then go up to meters, up inches, feet, up until about 40 or 50 feet. Then after that, it's then meters again. So
See, in the US, we do use the metric system purely to measure one thing. Can anyone guess what that thing is?
two things.
How do we measure the metric system?
I-19 doesn't count.
Well,
Bullets.
no,
I mean,
yeah,
well, I
bullets
guess.
and drugs. Those are the two things, because you're not measuring in pounds and ounces, you're measuring in grams half the
yeah,
time.
bullets. Some drugs, perhaps, but yeah, usually it's ounces, right? That's funny.
No.
It's fine. Mass? No, we have slugs for that. Come on, that's a very sensible unit. The slug. Usually engineers just call it pound mass, and then everyone just dies inside. So this one we do the nonsensible thing and just draw a box around this and just extrude cut through all. Sounds like the smart way to do this, right? The resulting model is empty. Yeah, I know, that's the point, SolidWorks. Making Moritz die in chat. It's fine. I want to make a mating. I just wanted the sketch. Go away.
Anyways, but yeah, I-19 here in Arizona is the only road in the U.S. that uses metric.
Interesting.
It is really weird.
Heist, what are you trying to do?
I just want the sketch so that I have the dimension of the teeth. And I just want this guy to be gone.
Well, can you undo far enough to then copy the sketch of the original tooth and then just redo it back to where you are?
You could, if you go to the final cut extrude you did with
Mm-hmm.
the teeth, open the little arrow there. No, not that one. It's like to the left of the feature on the feature tree.
Oh, yeah.
Now just do that and click the little eyeball. It'll display the sketch for you.
Yeah, I just need the rest of this model to be gone now.
Oh, yeah.
But it defines the sketch, so. I mean, I guess I'll just draw a box and cut extrude this, and then start making the part, and then later cut extrude the rest of it out. That sounds
hold on.
like the stupid heist way to do it.
Are you trying to make the mating part right now?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I got you. So just create an extrude and just make a separate body. So this, what plane are you on right now?
We're not editing any sketch, so we could just do right plane. Why we didn't start on the top, that's a great question, but anyway. Yeah, just make
because the right plane is cool, that's why.
at that, and we'll
everybody-
just make a cube. Gotta go to Bendigo! Get me cube!
Everybody currently here shares about 2 or 3 brain cells,
It's fine.
and that's
That's
general.
all right. There was definitely a bit of brain cell sharing in Canberra.
It's fine. Yeah, we'll be getting to that at some point. Hey,
I was
look!
gonna say, you could keep the axe for this, because we're gonna just... you should be able to just lay them over each other and then reference that sketch on your new part.
Right, this is the new part. That's the fun. I copied it externally.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. So what did we do for the last one? I think I probably made it like 1 inch by 2 inch or something. .95 inches? Why is that 0.95 inches? Probably
Because
Why would it
math.
be the same?
because stupid. Yeah, basically inch by 2 inch, whatever. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Don't worry, lady. We'll make it fit.
Context? Phrasing? What?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I zoned out for 5 seconds and that was a lot. That was the first sentence I zoned back in for.
It's fine. Oh no, I don't want to be editing that sketch. I want to reference that sketch. We'll sketch on the right plane. Kapow. Anyway. Norman, Breakman for 18 months. Your song End of the Line helps me with loss. Thanks for it, man. Oh wow. I'm happy it helps. That song, you know, it was a fun song. Wrote it on the 12 string, and then Tom came in with everything else and turned it into an ethereal masterpiece.
Heist, you could just drag that cube over there. Like put it,
Let's say use your shape.
yeah. So exit this sketch real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
I was like, what are we doing?
I switched over to push to talk, so
Gotcha.
I've been like blankly staring at my screen for like 5 minutes trying to talk. Okay, so edit the sketch that made that cube.
No, not that one. This one.
Now, place a center line, unless you already have one. You can probably just use convert entities again. Okay, now click that line and tell it to be a center line.
For construction.
Yep. Now, let's see. You're going to want to align that in the middle of it. So select the midpoint of that line there, and then select your center line. And then it's either vertical or it's like midpoint or something.
Yeah, vertical is what it gave me, but that didn't do a thing.
Alright, well then we can try something else then.
Midpoint. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, well, that's not the wrong kind of midpoint. The wrong midpoint was had.
Well then it might be yeah, it's coincident then.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that.
There you go.
Hey, look, now we got a cube. Gotta go to Bendigo. Get cube. Cool. All right. Birds have happened.
Yeah, that's coming through your mic as well. Or it's coming through the stream of your screen.
Yeah.
Coming through the Discord stream.
It's just... They're so loud. They catch me off guard every time. I guess that's the fun. Steve Van Scott.
I was sitting here fiddling with my windows, just making it all line up a bit better because I popped out the stream chat, and all of a sudden,
and then the birds
we're marching.
arrived. Steve Van Scott, good to see you, Scott. Thank you so much for the 50 gifted memberships.
Now, everybody in chat is deaf and had a heart attack.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's fine. If we do an inch and an eighth, we'll get a little bit more space, and then simply convert the entities. We now know how this works. We have the power.
I have the power.
Unlimited power. Yeah, God help us. I learned something about SolidWorks today. Thank you, Panman491, for being my savior.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thems. Convert thems. Hey, look at that. Cool. We're just gonna draw just a couple cute little guys like that. And then we're just gonna... So I started blasting. We're just gonna trim some garbage. The sounds help.
You're gonna want to redefine that, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
I'd tell all those straight sections to be collinear with one another.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout.
I don't know about the two on the end, but hey, we'll see what happens.
Something will happen.
Something. Collinear. Yeah, this is not an ideally perfect thing. Actually, I should probably just draw. I should make this arc section. We'll just do that. We'll do it the more intelligent, more better way.
Hello, people.
Hey, Jake. We'll just do this. Nope, don't.
Is that Jake?
It is Texas Jake. It is Jake from Studio 346, who you've met.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's what I was, yeah.
That threw me for a loop for a moment. For like half a second, my brain thought, wait, what do you mean my dad's here? No, just the same name.
Is this
Brain is
Jake
just
from
broken.
State Farm? What are you wearing, Jake from Studio 346?
Flannel jammies.
And
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a dude, so
Well, yeah, that would do it.
yeah.
When did Maddie get here? Anyway. Jokes for Dusty and only Dusty. Anyways.
Well, I mean, which Maddie? I mean, there's more than one.
That is true. Let's get my...
Heist. we forgot about tolerances.
It's fine. It's fine. I think we're engineering
Oh.
at Locomotive.
Oh
we're
God!
just
Everybody in chat's going Jake from State Farm.
Well, here's the thing: is they will eventually wear themselves a tolerance. You just need to go click, 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 click with the throttle ratchet.
I mean,
It's true.
20s
Yeah,
don't
see,
even
like-
have the same teeth between the quadrant and the clamps. So,
which is why you have to hold her hand the entire time. Yeah, we should probably do a...
This is the railroad. Tolerances are an angle grinder and spitting on it until it fits.
Yep.
I did that. Correct. Well said. Somebody
Hammer.
get that guy a promotion.
Bigger
Train some
hammer.
random stuff. Upgrading your membership to ES&D Engineer. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you.
Break
Alright,
from
we're just-
Jake's arm. Oh God! Somebody's had a stroke.
We're just gonna... Steak from Jake Farm. Jake from Snake Farm. Where?
Yeah.
I don't know where my Snake Farm t-shirt is.
Mine's upstairs.
It's a
Like
reptile.
from Space Jam.
nasty.
Both open and closed contours. Okay, yeah, you're mad about something. How dare I draw a line?
Well, it's probably how dare you draw a line on the other line. Yeah, it's angry because you've drawn no tolerance by the look of it.
SolidWorks is just angry.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
look,
better behaved than Creo is, though, because at least it tells you what's
Oh,
wrong.
We've-
that's the thickness we wanted.
Whoa.
block.
That's wow.
Block.
To be fair, it would never come loose.
Yeah, that's better.
What? I don't remember what we made the other one out of. Is it like 3/8 probably?
Looks like
There-
it looks like 3/8 neck down to an eighth.
Quarter maybe? I don't know. Let's see.
What's your
Or is
actual
it-
quadrant thickness?
It's probably whatever that is. Tell
'Cause
me
I
the
want to
length.
say on grandma's and
Yeah, it's
91's
3/8.
the catch is thicker than the quadrant.
Is it? Definitely. You're definitely right. This is. We're basically patterning it after Glenbrook's because what we recalled many moons ago is that Zumi did not have a squeeze; it had a set screw, and that caused everyone irreparable psychic damage. And so we decided to not do that.
Yeah.
And so we're
Wait,
copying
what? I think I missed that one. What did it have?
It had a set screw. Let me pull up the picture.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, this was apparently an early Baldwin thing, which I think.
What? Just a knurled like hand screw at the end.
Yes. So you would just tighten this guy down, and it would bite into the bar wherever it was.
Ugh.
So there was no
less than
squeeze. It was just literally just a bar.
There's a
And then-
piece of straight bar that runs on a linkage to the throttle, and you've got another bar which you then.
Yeah, and so I
Where
mean,
Where is the set screw?
it's this guy right
Big
here,
Handle. Right
big
there.
handle. Yeah.
Oh.
It's the equivalent of a set screw. It's not literally like a set screw, but that is what it
It
had.
is a screw for setting
And
the
look,
throttle.
she's also got the wooden handle knobs like 191 does.
She does have the standard Baldwin wooden handled cocks.
Somebody
Yes.
was asking about those the other day on 191. I was like, it's just a wood handle.
Yep. It's
Well,
bizarre.
that's for your tricocks, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how all the valve handles were in the early stuff. And I remember it's so funny that Dan will be 3D modeling stuff for Century of Steam, and they'll all have those valve handles, and I'm like, why do they look like that? I've literally never seen that. And then I stare at 191 and go, oh, old. Old.
It's because it's built in the correct century, yeah.
Yes. So, Yeah, we decided that we didn't want to have the set screw shenanigan, although realistically knowing that if this locomotive is operating on the main, the positions of the throttle will be open and shut, much like the positions of the Johnson bar will be full gear, mid gear, or full reverse. But anyway,
basically.
So you basically
although I
have
reckon if you
traction
would,
engine throttle.
pretty much, it is extremely similar to a traction engine throttle. Yeah.
if you were if all you were doing was turning a bobber, you might be able to hook the bar up slightly.
Oh, thank God, Jersey's here just when I have to go pee.
Oh, come on! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I swear to God, I was just getting up here and I was like,
here
man,
too.
I'm gonna join this call, and he's gonna just immediately go.
All right, lightning round with Jersey. Be right back.
The wife's coming to pick me up to go shopping, so I got to get off of here too.
Roger that. Later,
Take
Betty.
it easy, Justy.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I need to open up the stream on my phone because my everything is being very weird right now.
Also, I have arrived, and now I'm everybody's problem.
Everyone already. Okay. Okay, we're doing okay so far. There's minimal chicanery. Okay, but something is seriously wrong with my computer. Right. Oh. Oh, now I fixed it.
Hi,
now
Evan.
Now I can pull it up on the big screen. Yay!
And Pyro.
Hold on. Jersey, what's your favorite flavor of smoke fluid? I don't know. I've only owned a couple of smoke fluid scents. Vanilla from JD's or whoever it was pretty good. Popcorn was also pretty good. Most recently,
Smoke fluid is
I
one of
got
those weird
peppermint.
things that I've never really understood for modern railroading. Like,
Hold on, someone's asking, what is the stupidest Northeast railroad that is not the New Haven? Objectively, the New York, Ontario, and Western. That the railroad served no purpose. Jersey, how many doors are in your house? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 19 doors. Jersey, what's your favorite color? Ultramarine blue. This is actually going pretty okay tonight. Honest to God, this is the most calm it has ever been.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
This is just Jersey Q&A instead of Jersey
Yeah.
lightning round.
Dude, like, yeah, this is calm. This is nice. Why don't you guys be like this like all the time, please? Any railroads you hate other than the New Haven? Not really, no. New Haven's like the only one that sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, there's railroads I don't exactly, have opinions on, but, Jersey, favorite way to cook an egg? Scrambled. Specifically with, like, a little bit of butter and a little bit of milk in there. It's so good. Do you have any sugar I can borrow? I'll check the kitchen later.
I hope he gets the eggs.
What is my favorite CNJ steam locomotive?
How is the lightning round?
It is actually very calm. Your chat is being very reasonable tonight.
Oh, okay.
My favorite CNJ steam engine. Do I really need to say that? Like, my entire identity is branded around the D3. Favorite diesel? Good question.
well,
My gut is saying the CNJ double enders. I also have a very weak spot for Baldwin diesels. I love Baldwin diesels. They're so fun.
CNJ did in fact have the double enders.
Yeah, it was the only domestically used double-ended diesels. Unless you count like a 44-tonner or center cab or whatever.
Sure,
or GB1 or whatever.
That's less double end as center cab.
Yeah. I'm getting asked pizza, Chicago or Brooklyn style. Only one of those is pizza.
I was gonna say one of those is a quiche.
Yeah.
A very tasty quiche, but still a quiche.
It's very good, but it's not pizza.
Yeah.
What is my favorite flavor of coal? Anthracite, duh.
Not this fucking garbage from the Uinta Railway that is on my desk. Their
Jersey,
coal was so bad.
Someone is asking me my least favorite band. I know a band that just like I cannot listen to. The only band I just genuinely can't listen to at all is ABBA. And I get a lot of angry people
No!
who say that.
Get banned.
See? This is what happens. I can't take it, alright? Look, I hung around the drama kids throughout most of high school, alright? I just lost all flavor for I was just oh my god.
I see. You're allowed, I guess.
Christ, those C&J double enders in Colorado.
Out. Anyway.
I'm sorry, Jersey, but you're wrong about the double enders.
What do you mean?
God, they look horrid.
I think that.
But I like the double enders. I like them. What? The baby faces are nice.
Oh no!
Just because they're not EMDs. Just because they're
Proper
not
EMD streamlining. Only way to go.
Oh my god! Just keep your double ender. I keep my double ender. We don't need to cross pollinate them.
As long as we can both agree that Alco streamlining looked shit.
Oh, someone asked me my opinions on oil versus coal. Depends, drink. I am of the controversial opinion that oil conversions are fine as long as one class member is preserved, at least to a realistic extent, in its original configuration. Like, me personally, if it were up to me, one of the K-28s, one would stay coal, just to have one original condition.
You're going to want to turn off tangent propagation.
Correct.
People are asking about the fridge. Favorite C&J steam engine besides the G series.
It took that long to get to the fridge.
Yeah, favorite C&J steam besides a G series, M3, the super mics. Those things are insane. Jersey, what are your thoughts on the FL9? This is an interesting one, because as much as I hate the New Haven, I can't really knock the FL9. I can knock them because they needed that stupid extra axle, but I mean, objectively, they were the longest lasting F unit. Those survived in revenue service until like what, 2009?
Holy shit!
That's weird.
That's lit.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's insane. And they were doing like commuter service up until 2009. It wasn't like special duty service. I mean, day in, day out, like doing what they were built to do.
So,
was really cool.
Silly question: has it got 4 traction motors or 5?
I don't know. I'd assume it was. I'd hope it was 4 with an extra axle in there just for weight distribution, but it might be 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's 4. It's a BA1A.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Bow A1A. Okay. Yeah.
Favorite steam
I
engine
figured
that's
as
not
much.
CNJ. Favorite steam engine that's not CNJ. East Broad Top number 11. Duh. Thoughts on green boilers? I am a firm believer in they were green. Thank you.
91's gonna be black soon.
Yeah, I know. At least I got to see it in green when I did.
You did. Did you see it? Did you see Jeff's flag box mount? Jeff had fun mounting up the flag box on 491. Let me scroll. Find that picture. We call it the the weed preventer bucket plus a piece of scrap steel. And look, flag box.
Perfect.
Oh, I finally got to the part of the chat where everyone reacts to me not liking ABBA. Okay, maybe it did speed up. Okay, I thought I was keeping good pace.
Okay, controversial question here. Is anyone here a diehard Beatles fan?
Not really.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're a
'cause
boy
I
band.
absolutely hate the song Yellow Submarine.
Oh, but that's one of my favorite Beatles songs because it's such a shit post.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, but where I work, I work at a grocery store, and I hate that song more than I hate Mariah Carey.
Someone is asking me that.
That's violent hatred.
Wait, what? Oh my god. Why would you? Ugh.
How long is this?
Because when it comes on, All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's at least catchy. Whereas the Beatles,
What is wrong with you?
It sounds like they're just talking.
What is wrong with you? No. You can be wrong. You can sit in your corner and you can be wrong.
Question, Jersey.
What? What isn't wrong with you?
Yeah,
What isn't wrong with you?
what would you like? Would you like the list in chronological, alphabetical, or order of importance?
Or do you want it in binary?
Okay.
Okay.
Someone's asking me to ask you your favorite steam engine that's not standard. It's 4449.
Correct.
There. That's his favorite steam engine. 4449. Now, stop
gauge.
asking. Jesus Christ.
Do not ask me a favorite narrow gauge engine because the three kids will be. They will get mad.
I'm just gonna say, just whenever you want to ask that question, just tell yourself 4449. Matter if it's standard or narrow gauge, just tell yourself it's 4449. I never want to see that question again. My God, we get it like 8 billion times a stream.
I don't
Your
have
new
favorite.
voicemail password is
4. No, don't tell them. Vintage memes that are on the internet.
Oh my God, Jersey, what is your favorite kind of soup sandwich combo? Grilled cheese tomato soup.
Soup sandwich?
Okay, Heist, you ready for things to get scary?
Sure.
Okay, so open up the planes menu for your mating part and the part that's going to go in it.
The planes menu?
Yeah, like go over to your model tree.
Okay. Well, let me stop doing what I'm doing. Okay. Model tree. Here's this guy. Planes menu?
Yep, that guy.
Uh-huh.
Now, open the, I believe that's the throttle stick there. I don't know what that's called.
The bar itself is the throttle bar. Yeah, it's the bar.
Okay, let's see. Find the plane that runs along it horizontally. Not that one, the other one.
The front plane?
There you go, yeah. Front plane. Now find the one that is this, like, the same orientation on your mating part. You do have to be in mates for this to work, by the way.
Oh, okay. Do.
I had to know.
Oh god, tank cars are about to be blowing up above me. We'll get back to you, Top Chats, in just a second. Rutger Lambertson is making tank cars blow up. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Sneezies. How do we get the throttle squeeze teeth V2? That one?
That's...
No, that's not the one we want.
No.
We want its front plane?
That looks about right. That looks like it's the right plane, yep.
Yep. So you can mate
You
the
don't want to set
planes.
that one to just be parallel.
Yeah.
How do we
Alright.
talk about planes? It's a train thing.
We're gonna summon Goose. Careful.
Oh God. Well, he's over in. Is he over there? Yeah, he is. Okay, you might actually be careful.
Airplane. There we go.
I can summon Goose very quickly with 4 words.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Nacionales de Mexico.
That's
that-
3 words.
Yeah, so go back to the planes mate. We're gonna have to like offset it or something.
Yeah. I mean, or we could just put it in the slot.
I mean, you can do that too, but that's like way less funny.
That is a neat trick. Let's see.
Okay, well I can
Mates.
make it 4 words with HRO1.
That's 2
Those are-
letters
those
and
are-
2 numerals.
Those are
Yeah,
characters.
that's not
like-
even a word.
Those
There's
are
no words in your words.
If you type it in a document, it counts it as a word. So
That's not how words work, buddy.
Yeah, no.
If I spammed my keyboard all over the place in a Google Doc, it would count it as one very, very long word.
Well, it wouldn't be a word.
It would not be a word.
I think that hits you with a tangent constraint.
Yeah.
I don't like tangent constraints for that reason.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't care how far forward it is in the slot, you could probably do one of the curved edges of the slot to the curved edge on the BART.
Yeah, we'll just do that for
I was
now.
just thinking, could you make
It means that we
that
can't
into
make
there?
it do the squeezy, but
Well, until you run a linkage through the middle and then you run the you make the squeeze
I mean,
to
it-
the actual linkage.
It
Right.
appears to be need to be longer anyway.
Or we can just
Yeah.
move the slot in the bar.
Well, that works
Do
as
that
well.
too.
Or we can make this longer. Shrug. Details.
Well, we've now got this part. May as well make it longer.
Yeah. Teeth V2, we don't need this guy open anymore. Which... That one. Oh. They're saying, get back to the top chats, we're gonna send in more birds.
I was just about to read it out for you.
Think to court, Fred. Alright, let me make this part a better length, and then we'll do the do. 2.5 maybe, I think?
Man, you want to earn $1 billion on a stream. If you ever do that 24-hour stream, you got to leave like an hour block in there where you go and do something else while I have to answer the questions. It'll just be a money printer.
That would be quite silly. We do need to do that 24-hour stream. Checks notes. With what time? It's fine. 2.25? You know, we could measure, or we could just continue
But that's-
whack fucking the assembly into a thing.
My
It's close.
my friend just sent me an angry text because he's watching the screen too, and he's like, "Have him use a slot constraint."
The number
Should
of
we
number
also make it,
of
should
backseat
we also make it
SolidWorks.
slightly taller?
It turns
that
out I
so that
shouldn't.
you're-
Oh, I shouldn't have made it completely coplanar there. Oh God, SolidWorks.
and we're there.
It decided my
Really,
camera
you
should
just
go
need to
over
add
there.
a tangential trambobulation. Like,
What now?
That one of them's. Yeah.
That's not a word. You made that up.
And also, should
you're not
it
an engineer. You
go
don't fucking know.
Why does
I'm
my
not-
throttle bar? Why?
not centered?
Why? What? It's fine. We're just not gonna worry about that, and it's gonna be great.
Should you perhaps just make up a couple cylinders to act as pins so that they can't move?
That's the neat part. There are invisible pins there, known as constraints.
Ah,
So
there you go.
they can't do
Okay,
that.
yeah.
But yeah,
And then the other thing is you then have to force parallelity between the bar and the little teeth.
yeah, we can do that pretty easy. That's gonna be I will
And
get.
I can't remember from your conversation with Dusty earlier. Did you want the bar to have the taller teeth or the actual quadrant?
That doesn't really make a huge difference. They probably should well match, but yeah.
I was just thinking I'd have a quarter inch either side, but
Yeah, let's see.
that's because I'm used to engines working harder and bouncing all over the place. So.
Right. Yeah. The art class, it really felt like it was trying to throw you off of it. That thing was rad.
Big wheels do that.
Yes. We'll just go up to 1/2 inch. And that'll be fine. And then we'll also adjust that sketch real quick, and we'll just make it 2 1/8. And then we'll have some clearance, and it'll be great. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't rebuild you. Meow, 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 meow. All right.
Angry SolidWorks noises.
Pretty much. Bedu. Alright. I'm gonna live with that for now. No, that's gonna annoy me. We're not gonna live with that for now.
What's it need to be, like 3/16 or something?
It needs to be 3:30 seconds.
2.1875.
2.1875? Yes, that one. Yeah, that is 3/16. Yeah. Because why not?
Well, yeah, because what was it? An eighth was too far away.
Right. Okay.
Well, wait. If an eighth is too far away, then 3/16 is even farther.
No, we're changing it. The dimension goes the other way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got a squeezy guy that actually looks like it'll work. Holy shit!
Now we just need to squeeze.
Yeah, no, we just need the squeezy bit, which hopefully we'll have time for. I have band things to do in just a little bit here. So
Yeah.
anyway, the top chats. My goodness, we've been
Hey,
skipping on
or
those
that-
for
or
quite a
that.
minute. What?
Or that save.
Oh, yeah, no, we did that already. Thank you, though. More at Schwarzer, machinists work to the nearest thou, fabricators work to the nearest tenth, and locofitters work to the nearest loco. Well set, Moritz. Catch me outside. You have discovered during a recent road trip that thundering down track hits different when you're cresting Donner at about 90. Correct. That is awesome. 94 Chevy, hi Jersey. I guess that was Jersey thing. Jackson wages how many doors are in his house? Apparently 19. That's not a question I've ever thought about.
I
many
don't
doors are in-
know. Man. This is
That's a weird one. Eric Brinker gifting 5 memberships. Thanks. Rutger Lamberson with the $100. Thank you so much, my friend. Hello, Heist and crew. Been a minute. Please take the money for Zoom on rail preservation. Heist was at TVRM over the weekend and was told Southern valve gear is easier to maintain than wall shirts. 630 versus 4501. What goes into valve gear maintenance that makes that true? That is a bloody
I'd assume the
fantastic.
quadrant not moving.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a big piece of it, right?
Removing a moving part would immediately make that better.
Yeah, because the
I don't know if you.
The expansion link does the dance, which means that any vibration's going to translate
I can never
through.
remember.
Yeah,
I
the
can never remember
banana.
the fucking name of it. Yeah,
The
I
banana,
don't want to
yeah.
say the banana, but I can never
One
remember
of
the
my
actual name.
crowning achievements was Blondie Hacks is a fantastic YouTube channel. And if you're not watching her Pennsylvania switcher builds, you're missing out. But she's making a Pennsylvania A3 040 in I think 3.5 inch gauge. But anyway, she
That's
did
like
the
even the size of a hand,
expansion link, and then I commented on it, and then she named the next episode "Finishing the Banana" in honor of me, which was at least I can assume which was wonderful. But yeah, she's a great machinist, and her stuff's definitely worth a check out. The banana, yes.
Yes.
So it's important. Anyway,
But yeah, I don't know if
Everyone
you.
go and like that comment. It has no likes.
pretty much. Hey, it was hearted by Blondie. So anyway, yeah, no, obviously that thing doing the dance versus not. I believe, yeah, there's just fewer parts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
I'd have to-
it's still kind of a complicated part, right? The die block, there still is a die block, and you do have a banana, but which makes it not as good as Baker in my eyes. But you know, I've also
Does
never
Baker
maintained
not have
Southern.
a?
Baker's
Does
all
Baker
pins.
not have an expansion link?
Yeah, Baker's all
Ooh.
pins. That's the neat thing about Baker. So otherwise, it's
don't
almost
think I've seen
identical to
Baker
wall
in
shirts.
person.
I was just staring at it on 5629 just earlier this weekend, which was fun because one of our volunteers has been doing more paint on it recently, and she's starting to look really nice. I wish I had a recent picture because yeah, she looked like crap in this. But yeah, when you start to look at Baker, oh, I can't zoom in on this. Oh, there we go. It's just got this kind of clever pivoting link that's just 3 pins, and it slowly kind of adjusts the position of the radius rod equivalent.
In MOWVC to X, there is a YouTube video that I just found of Baker valve gear in motion.
Yeah, that's neat. There is a fantastic video of the 765 getting paced, where you can see that somebody has. I don't
where
remember.
you can see the gear doing the dance. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So
I
how
don't
do you?
remember this.
So how does that actuate the? Like you move your bar and then how does that then actuate?
It moves the middle pivot of the or one of the pivots of the bell crank, and it just slowly moves it. It's a goofy little dynamics kind of problem.
I've just watched it get hooked up now. So.
Yeah. It's neat. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Baker is apparently the best one, but yeah, Southern versus wool shirts makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just staring at Southern versus wool shirts standing between the 55 and the 59 at Thirlmere today.
I'll be back.
Not today, yesterday, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, no, not even yesterday, on Sunday, which is now some days ago, it's Wednesday.
Right. Wednesday down there, Tuesday over here. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when you're thinking of maintenance, I mean, really, you're just adding grease and adding oil, but then when you're getting to maintenance proper, it's about machining components, right? So that's that's the key thing.
And what will still eat itself despite being oiled and lubricated, like.
Yep. So good question, Wrecker. And again, thanks for the $100. Eric Brinker gifting 5 and then 5 memberships.
And then 5 again.
And yes, thank you.
It's
Court
three
Fred,
lots of 5.
Court Fred with the 50, the surprise birds. Very much appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, if May turns out to be a good month on YouTube, the odds that I will actually be able to purchase a house this summer go up significantly. So definitely appreciate the love and support there, guys. So Eric Brinker's spam eggs and spam. Yes. Jordan Freeman, what loco would I make a live steamer of? This was kind of fun. Daniel Gollery suggested this. The man, the myth, the legend. I want to say it's the M75 for the Rio Grande. These were the last. I want to say it was the M75. I'm not 100% certain. I don't recall exactly, but it's one of the mountains was the Rio Grande's last standard gauge set of engines. And so it would be very neat to have, full-size Mon-Two-Zuma as number 1, and then the bookend as a live steam engine, because building one of these full-size, good Christ. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. That'd get a wee bit expensive.
Yeah.
It's even set up perfectly for 7 1/4, because you can just ride on the tender filler cap, and then you've got the perfect little shelf for your for being able to fire then into the massive box.
Yeah. It's a 3-cylinder engine as well, so.
Oh, 3 cylinders are hard. 3-cylinder mountains go hard.
They're freaking neat. So. Anyway, that'd be the fun. Anyway.
A really big dumb shitpost would be doing a G-tail in 7.5.
That would be a shitpost. That would be very fun. The little big blow. The small blow. Jordan Freeman, that was that one. SolidWorks, can we send Ice back to Australia so I don't have to deal with him? I mean, I have been missing the wild cockatoos, so...
I would welcome it.
So, hi, Ice, have any advice for a new train crewman? Stay safe,
Sponge.
Stay out of the gauge, be a sponge. Yeah, learn.
Yeah, sponge.
Yeah. Let's see.
Shut up and hold the flashlight.
Zappy, yeah, pretty much. Zappy97, hello, Heist. Diesel electric question. Is there much of a on-the-ground difference between AC and DC traction motors? You've noticed yard crews disdain AC while road crews complain about DC. Thoughts? AC pulls way harder.
But load up very slowly.
Exactly.
Which is why switching crews would be complaining, is because they want power right this second.
Right.
AC motors take forever to load up.
Right, comparatively. And particularly, switch power. I mean, switch crews were so spoiled, at least in the States, for the long time by having all the EMD stuff where the turbo is driven on a clutch. So that the turbo is not a turbo, it's a supercharger until it gets enough exhaust pressure. And so an EMD, I mean, when I allegedly operated a GP39, allegedly, I was shocked. I put it in notch 1 and kicked the air off, and I looked down at the gauge, and I'm like, holy shit, how am I doing 10 mile an hour already?
Yeah.
Like, crap!
They load up quickly, even with what the alleged 800 tons we had.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
they
they
felt
spool
how
up.
quickly that started loading
Yeah,
up.
they-
They
Like,
spool
AC,
nice and quick.
It takes a lot more time to get going, but once you're going, you can pull the world and a little bit more.
Yeah, the AC traction motors and the traction power system that supplies AC is able to just put out way more power because you're not worried about burning up a commutator. And so where you look at the tractive effort curve on a diesel, where there's a flat line of don't exceed this amperage to murder the hell out of your traction motor, AC doesn't have that problem, and so they can pull nearly infinite amps, basically. You know, obviously that's not a thing, but you know that's kind of the concept you're getting towards. So
I've heard tales of like real steep, like real nasty grades, people having found, like, in the rail, you could see where I haven't been able to verify this myself, but basically, like, it puts down so much torque or something that actually warps the rail.
I believe it, because Rex was talking about why they don't have AC traction everywhere in the west of Australia, because literally they would, like, just move the rails underneath them because it's not just enough. So it's incredible. But good question.
I've been down to 0.16 kilometers an hour on a loaded coal train climbing a 2.5% grade.
That is
a
slow as
tenth
hell.
of a mile an hour.
Yeah, if you had DC traction, you would be murdering the traction motors.
We would have shut out at about 6 k's an hour.
I think I
but AC will still pull. So it's wild. And then maintenance wise, AC traction motors, there's no brushes. And ask any locomotive electrician what their least favorite thing in the world is, and they'll say changing traction motor brushes. Because you got to be in the pit, you got to go underneath, and the underside of locomotives, they're just filthy. So AC is generally the love these days. So, Eric Brinker, read your top chats, please, Birdman. We're doing it. We're here. Thank you, my friend. Nitro, conductor, 15 months. Been working on your Baker gear for your freelanced bastardized Canadian 282 plus 282 Garrett. Only slightly easier than the wall shirts on your Mikado. That is hilarious. And, God.
That sounds like something a friend of mine would do, and now I am really scared to hear if he ever does that.
It was funny to edit the Thermomere video and then hear and realize that Daniel referred to the 59 class as a Mikado. And I don't know. I was like, in the edit, I'm like, is that how the Aussies say Mikado? No, or is he just taking the piss?
I don't know who he's taking the piss out of, but I assure you, it was very funny to the person who heard it.
Good. I'm glad. And then more Schwarzer, 24-hour stream for Zoomy fundraiser kickoff. Certainly, perhaps. That would be a good use for that. We got to get the 501 all registered, but Brett and I are both like, we need a place to build it, and we're both circling in on potentially getting a place that, separately, kind of at the same time. And Abe Lincoln, hey, my cousin, hey buddy, sent 20 Heist memberships. Thanks so much. All right, let's see. That was your top chats, and now we need to make a squeeze. A squeezy.
Heist.
Yes.
May I tell a quick story?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so going back to AC being terrifying, I used to be into RC planes a whole bunch, and by far the scariest thing I ever encountered was this electric racing plane that I own. It's called like the V1200.
Okay.
And this thing was rated to do 140 miles an hour.
What? Lord. As an RC plane?
Yeah.
Lord.
That is a cruise missile you got right there.
Dude, it's wild because I was used to flying like my other stuff. I have like a P-51, and electric planes, they just kind of sound like a fan normally.
Mm-hmm.
But the V1200 has a 24 volt 100 amp battery.
Good God.
Yeah, you can arc weld with that thing.
I was gonna say that is some serious business.
Yeah, it goes so fast that I think the propeller goes supersonic.
Oh, that's nice
Lordy.
and terrifying.
That is
yeah.
That's wild.
It gets to a point where it's going so fast that it starts producing this like howl as it flies through. It's so weird.
Let's see. I'm scrolling up my group chat with my chat with Hovey, trying to find the picture of Glenbrook.
What are you looking for? Squeeze?
Yeah, just trying to get the general shape right.
Flat metal plate rounded at one end.
Yeah, they're an annoyingly complex shape, which is the fun.
So, having never paid any attention to what they look like because it's never bothered me, you'd have a pin in the bar itself and a pin floating for the actual squeeze, which would then link down to the ratchet.
If we go to MS Paint real quick, the general shape of it is that you've got pin that goes to the bar and then the handle right there, blah blah blah, and then you've got another pin there, and then there's kind of a crappy sculpted thingy off of that, and that's
that's your squeeze, and then
that's the mechanism.
So that means that when it's unlined... Okay, I'm just trying to think this through in my head. I'm going to pull up my own paint and do my own doodling stuff.
Yeah, because then this pin is the shared pin with the bar that goes to the other pin underneath. So that, I mean, it's usually more like this when it's unclasped or whatever, but when you move that, this pin translates that way, which pulls the bar. Which, this is going to be a relatively simple part to have made, but like drawing it properly in CAD is just going to be unsurprisingly fucking annoying. And I don't think I'm going to have time to finish it, but that's alright.
We haven't even gotten into surface modeling yet. You'll love that. That's a real mind bender.
Oh boy. My mind is easily bent because it's been too long since I was in college. So, it's fine.
I want to get that checked out. I don't think you're supposed to be having the strength of a paperclip.
That's fine. Somebody put me in charge of a YouTube channel, and I've been slowly losing brain cells since, I think.
Are you doing the squeeze now, then?
Yes. We're just gonna draw... We're gonna draw... Look at the speaker! It's fine. I think we did 3/8 pins on the other one. We'll just kind of keep that going. Why is the sign of sadness beginning now? It's annoying. It's 1.5 inches. Yeah, that's probably about right.
Probably close enough to work. Maybe.
Yeah, pollen is a pain right now. Yeah. This is why they didn't use CAD when designing steam locomotives, amongst other things. Yeah.
Oh no, they had paper.
Changing some more random stuff. Is it weird that you're related to John Wilkes Booth? You know, the man who killed Lincoln. Sorry. It's not weird.
Wait, hold on. What?
Totally natural, but
What?
it's funny. Apparently that guy's related to John Wilkes Booth. I'm related to Lincoln. I mean, the Abe Lincoln that was in chat is some random human. I'm not related to them, but I'm literally related to the president.
I'm related to Doc Holliday distantly.
That's neat.
Very neat.
And then do one of these.
Head with 2 hyphens. Brakeman for 9 months. Ever considered visiting the MCRR? Not sure. Which one that is?
If he's Argent SS&S number 6, that's is that it's not Mid-Continent, Midwest Central. Yeah, where the number 6 is. Yeah, that's where the
okay.
That's where the Shea is. That used to be at the Loop too. Yeah, SS&S 6 is fun because it's a big stack. Zisonyo.
Oh dear. That is quite a cute little mogul.
Oh,
Yeah. I do need to come visit.
Onion.
Yeah, I need to pay the Osiers a visit. It's been a minute since I've seen
and
David
early
Wilson.
firebox between the drivers.
Yep.
Someone should make a chart about what qualifies as a doot and what is not a doot.
This is a doot.
You'd have to pick an engine which stops being a doot.
Right. Yes, this one's definitely a doot.
But the problem is it'd have to be like you wouldn't call some like 040 saddle tank switcher a doot. That's a chunky boy. But it's
Well, it depends. It depends. Like a Class B Porter, like Betsy.
Okay, yeah.
That's a doot.
Yeah,
but
that's a doot.
But
That's like an
Stothy's
OC16 or
Stothy's
the
big
like,
040 is definitely
that's a chunky boy.
that is a chunk. Isht chunk.
Are you trying to put fillets on here right now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it as a feature instead of in the thing.
Yeah.
Garrett D, engineer for 10 months. What's the feasibility of putting traction motors on a tender? And would it provide any extra power?
You could. We have jokingly described Montezuma's little baggage car friend as being full of water and having a traction motor, and calling it the B unit, disguised as a baggage car. But
well, that's B for baggage.
Exactly.
And B for B unit.
Yeah, but I mean, you could, and yes, it would provide more power. But the question is, where are you generating the electricity? Spoilers, it's not the fucking dynamo.
Yeah, you're not going to get back nearly enough power to the dynamo. We've unironically joked about doing it for the power van we had with the picnic train, putting a traction motor under it because the gen set provides so much power.
Okay, I just had a quick thought. So if you wanted to power the traction motors, you just perhaps use an MU cable from the diesel that's right behind it.
They don't transmit power through the MU. They're all 0 to 74 volt signals.
Yeah, that's why the slugs will have their own proprietary connections to run from the loco to the slug, is because you're having to transmit up to, I don't know what voltage it is, but up to
600
amps. Like
600 volts, 1500 amps is the output of most EMDs.
I'm gonna have to call it here. I just hosted tonight, and I am not missing that.
Yeah, take it easy.
Go eat.
Yeah, 16, 20, and 55.
Is it the one marked Humpin?
Off to visit your mother.
Good.
The picture under that was marked Humpin, and I reckon that was that was a profile shot, or is that a?
Why in the fuck did they put PTC on the goddamn cow-calf set? BN, you idiots.
Because PTC prevents everything.
Apparently they're humping. Yeah, this is always fun because by the way that it was set up, BNSF 1620 was married to BN 55 in the way that they renumbered everything, and so they sprayed out the SF.
And whatever that first digit was.
Yeah, it was 255.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing was a royal pile of shit. Was at the shop for objectively too long once, but I can't find any pictures of the close-ups of the electrics. But yeah, they had their own special proprietary connection because transmitting the power of the main alts is a bit of a thing.
So, if you wanted to put a motor on Zumi's tender, really all you would need is like a go-kart engine.
Stop this line of inquiry right now, Corey. Cease and desist.
Yeah, don't need much to gain more power.
Not approved.
I hate that he's not wrong.
Well, you'd also then need the actual generator next to it as well.
No, you just put a sprag clutch and just like a go-kart.
Restore the Briggs and Stratton and run it on the Cumbrace and Toltec.
No, just run a chain, put some gears on the axles, and
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's literally what. Yeah, which is why I'm saying cease desist. Not approved.
Dollar store climax.
Dollar store. Pretty much. Thewish.com. It's fine.
Oh, hey, are you ever gonna take a trip up to Minnesota to see the big old Yellowstones?
I do need to get up there. It's not on my immediate radar, but
That puts you in Paul's range. Uh-oh.
it does. I'm in danger.
Well, hear me out. You know, you come up here, you could also go to Michigan and hit up the 1225.
I do want to see that. I need to see one of those goddamn Van Swergenbergs run. Something tells me 2716 is a little bit of a ways off still, so.
I mean, we got 2719 though.
Alright.
Which is totally not a Sioux Line Pacific.
It's also not running.
Yeah, potato, potato. You know, it will in like 7 years when 332's boiler tubes expire.
I get to see 2716 all the time.
You do. You're doing the thing, and everyone was excited about that.
And you know what? I went down there this weekend to go do the thing, and I wasn't able to do the thing because I got stuck on like grounds maintenance and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you gotta do.
Someone has to do it.
Gotta
It really
gotta wear
wasn't
the
even
hats.
grounds maintenance. It was more like utility installation, running a new water line.
That's the thing. Sometimes the thing involves doing some stupid things.
Oh, I know.
Yep. All right, we're just gonna make a dome. This is all a cosmetic thing anyway at this point, basically.
Well, the clasp can be designed however you want it to. Like,
Right.
so I'd say something that's comfortable in the hand, though. Like you said, it's going to be open or shut, so you're not going to have to leave your hand on it particularly much.
I hope so. I hope that I don't have to hold her hand like fucking 20.
Well, that's a machining tolerance down the teeth end, so.
Yeah. Which 20's quadrant is quite old, so what are you gonna do?
Make a new one.
Somewhere Jeff Taylor just went.
I come from the traction world where you don't have a quadrant, you just hold it.
Right.
That and our reverser has forwards, backwards, and no.
Hey, the Huber had one extra notch that I ran. It had forwards, slightly less forwards, no, and then reverse.
But there wasn't the extra notch in.
No, just the one. You know, you only need efficient running if you're
those
going
are
forwards, right?
Those are engines driven on the throttle rather than like a locomotive where you tend to drive it on the reverser.
Right.
Somebody asked in chat, what is the feasibility of putting a steam chip whistle on a steam locomotive? It depends on the size of the whistle.
And the size of the locomotive. The biggest hurdle would be getting a bowl big enough and then having it be secure while it sits there wobbling in the air.
Yeah, I mean the engine makes enough steam to run the whistle. I mean, we watched a Liberty ship whistle being powered off that 040 of Barney's.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have to fire that thing like pretty decent to get it to
did
keep up?
Oh, it was entertaining. Yeah. Jackson Wages, did you send the picture of the double slug in Norfolk? It's an engine followed by two slugs. Not that I'm familiar with. And Patrick McNeely, fireman, 22 months. Trains. Why did it have to be trains? All right, throttle squeeze.
Out of curiosity, what was the boiler pressure on Super Zuma here?
We're gonna go for something like 160 probably. Originally it would have been 130.
That sounds respectable.
Oh, I was going to say like 400.
Factor of adhesion is a limiting factor.
Yes, that would do it. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, we could do the thing and make the running boards out of lead instead of wood, but
We can make it a cog.
no.
Yeah. Up Pikes Peak.
Pikes Peak, Manitou and Pikes Peak standard gauge, though.
Oh.
Yeah, fun fact. They're
Which
also
one's
the
3-foot one?
I don't know if there's not a 3-foot cog railway in the U.S. There is one that exists. I think it's in Mexico. Careful, we'll summon Goose. But bar,
Yeah.
squeeze.
Patrick McNeely, farming for 22 months. Trains.
Yeah, Mike Scars, you're from Grand Scale. We use ball valve throttles in the quadrant and all. That is that is a different thing. Yeah.
I remember when I was a bit younger, I had only ever operated one like traction engine. It was made by Rumley, and I could never understand why they went out of business until I operated a case.
A little different.
Well, it wasn't like it was a little different. It was more like your comparison between 491 and 20.
Sure.
Where the Rumley was a twin cylinder, right? But everywhere that you would have a just like oil hole was a grease cup.
Yeah, that makes it a little different.
I remember I counted, and I think we had like 46 different grease cups that we had to go through and periodically tighten. Versus the case, since everyone just kind of uses Stevenson gear because it's simple. You just literally reached forward, picked up the oil can, and just kind of put a few drops here, a few drops there, every now and then. And it was literally a moment that just like I operated the case and I went, oh, that's why.
I don't think the Rumley would have had that from factory.
The grease cups?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Rumley made like 1,000 engines and then rolled over and died.
Well, this is that needs to be longer.
I'd say that's the wrong size.
That doesn't fit, and the challenge is that I'm almost out of time here, so I'm gonna have to run very quickly. But
the weirdest thing about the Rumley though was it was used in a sawmill like since it was purchased. It was a twin cylinder, so it was like extraordinarily rare. But it was intended to be a plowing engine, and yet some random sawmill owner was going through the catalog and went, I want my sawmill to use a plowing engine.
Well,
it didn't change the extrusion underneath, did it?
No, it didn't change.
Were
the
they
cut,
compound?
No.
Or
Okay, then yeah, I don't see.
Could you just make the cut bigger? Or are you not going to bother?
Yeah, no, I'll make the cut bigger. Yeah, I was changing the length of this real quick. Okay, it's that cut extrude. That needs to go like
even one in.
Yeah, it's not quite. It's approaching the hole, so I'll just do an inch. I think.
Oh yeah, there's a hole there. I was trying to think you could go slightly bigger, but no, there is a hole there.
Yeah.
It slightly bothers me that the curved bit doesn't line up perfectly at the top.
Yep, I'm sure it does. This is called I'm trying to rough this in real fast, and it's still not going to be right, and I'm out of time, so. The beginning of the Squeezy Boy, as my sinuses give up. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and loving the support of the stream, everyone. I mean, it really means a ton, and if YouTube do good this month, a place where this chooch could potentially exist could in fact happen next month. So very much appreciate you guys. We'll pick it up hopefully next week. I want to get back into the swing of doing this regularly, but yeah, I've got rehearsal with my band this evening, so I gotta go.
Hey, you said you were streaming this weekend, right?
Yes, we will be streaming this weekend. It's 3-year anniversary of channel memberships being a thing, so we'll probably play some party games and get as many members involved as we possibly can in the Discord. So make sure you look out for that. So good to see everybody.
Well, if it's-
Last couple things. I see Jordan Freeman with what Loco, and you missed the answer. Yeah, the DNRGW's last engine as a bookend that they ordered new, which would I think it's an M75. I don't remember. And here again for Jordan Freeman, some pictures. Super cool 3-cylinder mountains. I think it was these, but somewhere Daniel Gallery's probably exploding at me getting it wrong. It's one of the mountains they had, but I think it was the 3-cylinder ones, and they're just bloody neat, big, cool, powerful engines. And this would be impractical to make a live steam engine of, so or a full size engine of. So strike that, reverse it, make it a live steam engine. Yeah.
Yes.
And then we could bookend
3-foot gauge.
Bookend the Rio Grande.
God.
3-foot gauge, it would not fit. But anyways, that's gonna be
where do you put the cylinder?
that's gonna be all
just
for
kind
the
of
stream.
like grand
so,
scale, but 3-foot gauge.
thanks so much, everyone. Check us out this weekend, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and very much appreciate you guys. Bye.